I will know right there that I'm present and I know how to take action. That's going to create the future. The future is completely unknown. It's what you're doing right now. But like I said, would you agree? It's a lot of a mind trip to think about be present. Yeah. So I just have to look at it as 60 minutes.
Dear friends, this is Vinney Chopra. Thank you for liking the podcast and all the shows. Vinney and Chopra, we do that Abundance Mindset show, which goes live in all social channels on Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific. And also Vinney and Go show, which goes also on Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific. And thank you for really liking the books and all the content that my team puts out for you. Please enjoy this episode. Thank you again. Thank you so much.
Hey guys, this is Vinney Chopra and Tiffany Rose, my good friend in Danville. We are having tea with Tiffany here today. Instead of drinks, we're going to have drinks later on. The key thing is to be a great entrepreneur, to be able to really get your message across, whether you're selling a product or a service or any kind of thing. Digital marketing is so big. And I'm so pleased that Tiffany got into a program and she's able to really crush it. And we would like to ask her some questions. What she has done with the VSLs, that's all them, landing pages and all that, and how she's getting. So please, Tiffany, welcome.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I'm excited. So bottom line is marketing and innovation is the backbone to any successful business. Whether you're a lender, real estate investor, you have to market. Think about a restaurant if they didn't market themselves, and if you just burned up the phone lines and you asked for coffee appointments one-on-one. Marketing is huge, but also the second part of that is marketing one-to-many. So there's a book about it. When you're marketing one-to-one, and you're gonna get there so much slower. If you wanna make your boat go faster, so to speak, you have to learn digital marketing. You have to know funnels, have to know social media, need to be nurturing, list building, and there's so many people out there, entrepreneurs, that especially lenders, it's an epidemic that we're deathly afraid of technology. In 2024 and beyond, you have to know digital marketing. You need to, funnels should be your new favorite F word.
Yeah, funnel. Hey, that's the funnel, F-U-N-E-L. Now that's where the funnel is too, like in the diagram, when you put a lot of things on the top, then they go together and then they come into the pipe kind of thing. That's what it's all about, to get to the people that will really be listening to you or watching you, to get them into that funnel. And there are so many people, but from there you want to have them look at if they are the right people for you and if you are the right service for them, right?
Absolutely. A common mistake that a lot of my students make is they try to speak to everyone. And remember, if you're speaking to everybody, you're speaking to nobody.
Yeah.
You must know your niches, your pillars, your content pillars, so to speak, and to know who is your client avatar. When you're doing that video, when you're creating that email, who are you speaking to? Think of one human in your mind that you're solving a problem for, a complaint that one of your clients had, or a problem that you're going to be solving in general. Speak directly to that one person. I guarantee you there's thousands of others that are experiencing that same problem that you're going to come in, educate, bridge the gap for them on where they're stuck and where they want to get to, and you're going to earn that business. Earn it. Not chase it.
Not chase
Earn
it. Earn it. That is so important, because we cannot push. The selling should not be a push game. It should be pull game. We could really share the benefits of our services in the right way, in succinct way, in short messages, so that people can feel, oh yeah, it's no fluff, and they are able to give me what I want. People have so limited time now. And that's what it's all about. That's why you see so many short videos, podcasts are so short, the reels are there, all those things. Right?
We're fighting for attention in the first 3 seconds. And Vinney mentioned fluff.
Yeah.
If you take the time to say, hi, this is Vinney Chopra and I am with, bye. People will scroll right, not to,
you're right.
because your Vinney smiles. How could you ever pass him up on the scroll, right? But if you take that time to introduce yourself, keep going. You're fighting for attention in the first 3 seconds. So that's why it's important when you do speak to them, when you do call out their problem and you get their attention, have a hook, have the value, have a proper call to action at the end of your videos or emails, whatever content you're producing. I hear so often, this is a huge common mistake, and I would love to hear what your common pitfalls are for students that you coach as well. But one of the common mistakes is they do a video, they still introduce themselves, and they say, call me with all your mortgage needs. Call me with your mortgage needs. Well, why would they call you? Why do they want to choose you as their mortgage lender? Why do they want to give you their time, their energy, their business, their trust? You have to call out the problem, be the solution, and do it in a way where they know what the need is. Or call me for a pre-approval today. I hear that all the time, and it shakes me to the core because I used to do that. I always teach like 3, 4, 5 years ago where I was stuck and the mistakes I was making to make sure that people now aren't making those same ones. And all of my Facebook ads said, call me with questions, call me with your mortgage needs, call me for a pre-approval today. Absolutely speaking to everybody on a still graphic, no video, no hook, no call to action. And it was just, I was wondering why I was spending so much money on my cost per leads.
Wow, I see your point. And the biggest thing is you got to have that hook, what you just talked about. If you cannot hook that attention of the person watching you or listening to you in a podcast, they're not going to go after 3 seconds or 4 or 6 seconds. So you got to start with a hook. Let me share with you, or 3 different things or 5 different things. Usually 3 to 5 is the
maximum. People love numbers. Yes, numbers. Top 3, top 5. Absolutely, Vinney.
Totally. And then, just like you were saying, Tiff, have that one person. What's that avatar? See, you cannot be really marketing to masses, because if you throw a lot of things on the wall, some will stick. But if you have a real person, real avatar, what age group, what is their background, why are they going to be using your services? It's so important that we really funnel it down to build our brands.
Couldn't agree with you more. If you do the math and do your research, which major causes of failure, one of them is insufficient education. So you've got to know what your market looks like, the demographics around it, anything like that. All you need as a mortgage lender, for example, is 10% of the market. So if I had 10% of licensed loan officers go into my program, I think it was something like $10 million. That would be fine with me. So think about your client avatar, who you're serving. All you need is 10% of the market. And I get this question often of, Tiff, but what if I do a video on reverse mortgage and I have a first-time home buyer that would have used me if I would have been speaking to them? Then put out some more content based on a first-time home buyer. But when you're doing that one action step, that one marketing piece, you've got to be thinking of one specific person in your mind, which is really, hopefully, your ideal client or clients.
So true, so very true. In my course, also online academy or my group coaching or one-on-one coaching, Tiffany, same thing. You got to really appeal to the people who have interest in real estate, just like in your loans. In syndication world, which is the pooling of money together, nobody has enough money to buy larger deals. And that's what got me started in the business. How can I educate investors and share with them, hey, if you give me your savings and we protect through the SEC rules and everything, and then buy the deals where by pooling money together, we could buy larger commercial deals that will bring great cash flows and equity gains. So having that end in mind and educating our investors. So in the academy also, I find lots of people who want to go from single family to wealth building through commercial investing are the people who join. So you're right, the avatars are so important.
Yeah, you're going to be attracting the people that want to pull their money together and buy a hotel, for example, versus a one-bedroom condo when they're 19 years old and they're buying their first home. You cannot teach everybody all of that. You'll be speaking to everybody and your business is going to fall flat. So Vinney, what would you say one of the common pitfalls or limiting beliefs are of the people you bring in to coach? What's their main?
I would say the biggest pitfall I find is their fearfulness. They are just saying, hey, should I just, even before a coaching student comes in, they meet with my team and everything, and they say, should I do online academy, which is much cheaper, like $997, on group coaching is $10,000, right? So they say, okay, should I just invest there? They're always looking for less spending, first of all, less investment. The second thing is they're fearful, would I get the knowledge? Would I get what I pay for? Or is this a coach who's going to give me?
You are the coach.
Oh, thank you.
He is the one.
Oh, thank you. I feel if anybody gives me even $1, I want to give them $10 back or $100 because I want to teach them everything I know and I put together in 16, 17 years now and give them on a silver platter. But it's their hard work, Tiffany. I think the biggest thing is fearfulness. Second things are excuses. Some students come into my group coaching, they paid me $10,000, but they don't show up. That just bothers me because if you're really interested in learning the materials and understanding and bringing deals to the table every week, Wednesdays I meet, take advantage of me, right? Yeah.
Gosh, that it sounds like no matter what business you're in, that's the number one problem is getting people to show up for themselves, not for me.
Yeah.
And I just did a money training this morning on your relationship with money with my trailblazers that people are in my 12-month course as lenders.
Yes.
And I told them if you want to make multi-six figures in the lending industry by December 2024 or sooner, always tell your subconscious or sooner, so you don't create that block there. But if you want to make that money, what you need to get clear on is how you're going to help your clients make multi-six figures or make $1 million by December of 2024 or sooner. Some of the biggest millionaires, billionaires, they knew to identify how am I going to help my community, the people I serve, make millions of billions, and therefore it will come right back to me and I will earn that income. Like you said, if someone gives me $1, I want to give them $10 back. And that's the purpose of working with somebody who's done the thing that they say that they're teaching, right? They've done the thing that they're telling you to do, but also somebody that has so much money that they know the law of contribution. They know that you put that bad energy on money and it's not going to come back to you. So I would say that's a huge pitfall of the fear of where am I putting that money in? And they start second guessing themselves, or they see a shiny object, right? And then they stop showing up for themselves, and then they lose the belief, then they lose the trust in me, you, the vehicle themselves, and everything just goes haywire. And honestly, a lot of the times, thank goodness I've had only a handful of people in my coaching time, a handful. The other thousands, I've coached thousands of people now across the United States, but those people are the ones that they shy away, they stop believing in themselves, they get fearful, and it's just, not a good.
So true. It's that fearfulness and then also the motivation part of it. I wanted to really start the business of investing in real estate, but guess what? I had zero money at all. Hey there, this is Vinney Chopra. Actually, I came from India with $7 in my pocket and I wanted to really start the business of investing in real estate. But guess what? I had zero money at all. I mean, to invest in. So that's when I was getting sick and tired of my W-2 job and I wanted to start working for me so that I can get, financial freedom. And I know you might be looking into that also. But how I did that was by pooling the money together from different investors. It's called syndication. I started with one investor and now I have a list of 370 investors, and I started from a duplex of 2 units, duplex, to $440 million in business. And actually you could get that all from this book I wrote. This apartment syndication made easy. You could get a free copy of that by going to vcfreebook.com, and you'll be able to get all the tricks and all the strategies that it took me to be able to go from zero money, literally zero money I had, left my job, and also now able to, do all the syndications and purchase a lot of apartment complexes and things like that. So please click the link below in my bio so that you could get this free book, which is at vcfreebook.com. I think, like in your case also, you are teaching them and meeting with them consistently, right? Throughout the year, I think, right? Every 2 weeks you meet or every week?
Actually, I meet every Thursday. I give it my
Every
all.
Thursday?
I bring the energy. And
Look at that.
Yeah, and it's such
It's Wednesday for me and Thursday for you. And I love that.
I
That
love
one
it
and a
too.
half hour, I want to give my best of the best and also give assignments to the students so that next week they come back with the new properties and new clients and new PowerPoints and new things that we are discussing. So no, that's very true. So action is the other thing I was going to say. A lot of coaching students, they want, success is not overnight. I say that to everybody. It's a journey. Success is a journey. You never arrive at a point, but you got to start and do the assignments that the coach gives you, mentor gives you, and you take time out of your W-2 job schedule and find time to really learn the skills and go through the lectures. Sometimes I find they're asking me questions which I've answered in my videos. And I say, okay, I know for sure that person missed it and they should have gone back there.
It's one of my good friends, he calls it the rule of 50. And you got to hear it 50 times and then 50 times more, and you got to say it 50 times more, and finally somebody goes, oh wow, that's great. And you're like, I said that 149 times before, but we don't hear it until we're actually ready to hear it. Or
Yes.
I find it very interesting that, I'm probably not the first person to say this specific quote, but in order to make change, you have to change.
Yes.
In order to do something different, you have to take different action.
Yeah.
And it always blows me away when, like I said, only a handful of people have actually not continued with the program, but they think, oh, this is too hard to do a video. My first one took me 14 takes. My first one took me 63 takes. It filled up my whole phone. My kids were laughing at me. And wait a minute, if you want to make $1 million a year, if you want to make $1 million a month, whatever, sky's the limit, but you have to take aligned action to get there. You can't keep doing X when you want Y result. It's mind-blowing, and that's why it's become such a purpose and a passion that I want people to believe in their capability and believe in themselves, because wow, or is it a lack in our world of all this noise and things, and where's the Zoom link and what time and shiny objects and all those things. I really want people to know, because it's very easy for us to be seen by other people, but sometimes it's hard to see ourselves. And that's why you need mentorship and you need a coach, because it's so easy for me. I could talk to somebody in 3 minutes. I could look at someone's bank statement and know exactly what's going on with them. Just like an underwriter. Can you agree? An underwriter doesn't need to talk to the borrower to know the spending habits, to know if you're buying $1 million house and you only have $5,000 in the bank and you have high credit card debt. You got an issue with your money, with your taking aligned action to reach your goals.
So true.
In order to make change, you have to change the way you think about your money, the way that you show up, the way that you know that Zoom link is waiting for you every Thursday morning at 9 a.m. And it's a way coaching keeps you grounded.
Yeah.
But digital marketing, you've got to market. You've got to be just good enough at technology to bring in the money. Then you pay somebody to do the thing. But at first, you're going to look around when you're starting your business. You're going to go, I guess it's me again. You roll up my sleeves. You're going to have to do it. Yeah, it's hard work, but it's like driving a car. It's only hard at first. It's not hard forever. And when you look at it as fun and keep your eye on the vision of the impact you're making for whoever it is you're serving, like, you can't go wrong. And when you put yourself in a state of joy, like your book, Positivity Brings Profitability. When I saw that title, I'm like, that's so perfectly said. It's putting that positive energy on money and on the aligned action you're taking. So yeah, digital marketing, you gotta be too good at all that stuff, but you've got to do the work. You just got to.
You got to do the work.
And stay grounded.
Stay grounded and also show up, just like you said, Tiffany, that Thursday morning, 9 a.m., or in my case, 4 p.m. Pacific on Wednesday. You show up, you get excited, you get charged, and then you are able to move from one week to next week. A lot of coaching programs just give you everything, dump on you. And then they say, okay, after 1 month, we'll meet again. That's too long a time for them to really be reminded and get more on that steps. The biggest thing you also mentioned is that you got to pivot, you got to change. Insanity's definition in the dictionary is doing the same things over and over and over and over again, but expect different results. And we cannot expect different results if we keep on doing the same old thing. So we got to change internally, incrementally, I say that. You can't change overnight, but incrementally, if you change and you get a positive mind and you're doing gratitude, you're doing miracle morning, like I talk about Hal Elrod's book, Miracle Morning, and exercise and eat right and everything, you got to really be in that frame of mind to help your clients, to be able to reach those people. And Zig Ziglar said it, if you help enough people get what they want, then you will get what you want.
Absolutely.
Just like you said, all the millionaires, billionaires, they really look at the serving attitude is so important, because if you're serving more people, that means more people are coming in the funnel and more people are getting your services and you're teaching them. That's what my passion is in senior living or all these books I'm writing, to impart my knowledge and academy and everything so that people can do really great stuff. I had Pramod join me last night at the county. In just 3 months, he's on his 4th Airbnb. He's got 78 units, multifamily under contract with total seller financing. Mind-boggling. But I knew, he said, Vinney, I want to be your superstar. I said, okay, time will tell. And he said, somehow it just dawned on me that when you talk small things, people remember. And he says, I wanted to make sure that I work hard with whatever I'm doing, but I want to learn the tricks of the trade. That's so important.
So important. And you say it best too. Basically, if you win for the day, then you win for the next day, you win for the week, you start winning for the month, the season, and you just start winning as your normal thing. But I think we get caught up in, my students at least, they get caught up in the worry, the future, and worry blocks your creativity.
Yes.
So when you continue hurrying and worrying and you're stressing about something that hasn't happened yet, you're not being present. So I always look at, little tip for the day, is I always look at the present moment as not being right this moment, because that's too much of a mind trip for me to think I'm present right now, I'm sitting here. I think about the present as the next 60 minutes.
I like it.
What am I going to do in the next 60 minutes that's the highest and best use of my time?
Yes.
That's going to make as big of an impact as possible, that I can go all in and focus on. And is it a big rock? Is it a little rock? Is it a big challenge? Is it something that I've been resisting, that I know that the magic and the gold is on the other side of that? And I really take a moment to assess, in the next hour, why am I going to do this action? And that will determine, along with success filtering questions like, is this the highest and best use of my time? I will know right there that I'm present and I know how to take action. That's going to create the future. The future is completely unknown. It's what you're doing right now. But like I said, would you agree? It's a lot of a mind trip to think about, be present.
Yeah.
So I just have to look at it as 60 minutes.
I love that because what we are doing moment to moment, 60 minutes is not that far away if you think about it. But how you break it down, whatever activity you're doing, is it important activity? Are you prioritizing? Do you have clarity of purpose? And is this 60 minutes going to take you to the next level? And I really love to spend time in planning and thinking, because that time saves me so much more time that I'll be just whiling away and doing things. And that's why I say that to people. Please go ahead and record your time for 1 week, morning till night, where you're spending time, how much time you spent with the client, appointment setting, calling, taking presentations, and how much time you spent with you in planning and thinking and visioning. Those are the 2 best times. And of course, after work, how much time you're spending with family, relationships, and everything. Everything is so important. But time is that commodity that we can really control. It's in us. And if we are down, not everybody can be enthusiastic all the time. It's okay to be down. It's okay to be stressed out or whatever, but then get out of it quicker.
Yes. Movement makes millions. So if I wake up in the morning and I'm not in the greatest mood, I start waking up with worry, I start going right into that gratitude, go right into get up, Tiff, get in the shower, put on your Bob Proctor Science of Getting Rich, and do my gratitude, wash off my limiting beliefs, and I get myself going, and that movement changes my mood. And it also, in the end, is helping me make millions.
That's right. That's the exciting part. I hope you really like this show, and will be, of course, how can people reach you, Tiff?
Yeah, so you can email my team at support@tiffanyrosecoaching.com. You can also go to tiffanyrosecoaching.com/invincible if you want to become an invincible lender, and you should want to. You should want that for
Yes,
yourself.
definitely. And for me, I'm Vinney Chopra. I'm a syndicator investor, and I teach, and also we buy lots of different things. We got a 506c fund right now, $50 million fund, where we are bringing money from the investors, and they are getting 10% or 12% return, 10 plus equity, 10% per year plus equity gains, or 12%. I can talk about it because it's a 506c fund, and I can advertise and talk about it, the numbers, and also it's for accurate investors. Please reach out to me also, vinneychopra.com. If you'd like to get my 3 books for free, audio, digital, just go to vinneychopra.com free benefits page. And in free benefits page, you could follow me on my 3 shows, live shows every week, and also my podcast. That's 4th one. And then we got a new show coming up, also Desi Money Show, which will be starting soon. And then reach out to us. And yeah, thank you, Tiffany. Cheers. All right. Thank you so much.
Be sure to listen to Mr. Smiles next week with more golden nuggets and top-notch coaching tips. You can reach him by going to vinneychopra.com. Be sure to like, comment, and share to show everyone how Mr. Smiles has brought your apartment syndication business to the next level.